Okay, let's start. Welcome everybody. I'm today here to talk about the Swisscom Application Cloud. We will cover a little bit cloud native, what it means to be cloud native, and as well what we offer with the Swisscom Application Cloud and what the drivers and benefits are behind that. Shortly about myself, my name is Lukas Lehmann. I have a background in software development and system engineering, and I'm running the services team within the Swisscom Application Cloud. And I'm part of an awesome team that's building the platform for the next cloud native applications. What does it mean to be cloud native? What are the advantages of that? So the main advantage that you get is that you have a constant development feedback cycle. That means you deploy various times a day and directly get feedback from your user if your new features that you invented right away are good or not. So you can react if they don't fit for the user's need. Also, you are infrastructure unaware. This means that you are able to transfer your application from one cloud to another cloud, or maybe have also different things of your applications within different clouds, connect them together, and that you get everything as a service. So that means you don't care about how do I have to operate a shard at MongoDB, because it's so hard to operate it. I can just focus on developing my application. There are basically 3 steps to get cloud native. The first of that is automate everything. So from automated testing to automated builds, write scripts for everything, just focusing on that you have everything automated and everyone can easily onboard. Second one is use platforms. Yeah, you could go and buy your own building, buy your own servers, build your own data center, then hire some people that operate that stuff. You could do that. But just focus on getting a platform. Don't care about servers, don't care about operating system. Just focus on development using the platforms that are existing. And last but not least, there is the 12-factor manifests. So there are like 12 factors which you need to respect when you write an application that is cloud native, that is cloud ready. And the 2 most important of them are that you don't write to the file system and that you get your configuration via environment variables. And here I would like to point out to our friend from Pivotal and former founder, inventor of OpenStack by NASA, Joshua McEntee. And he says, nobody has ever built cloud native apps without a platform. They either build one themselves or they use Cloud Foundry. So let's look how this can look like. We have the developer's paradise. Who in here has ever used Docker? I see quite some hands. Who has ever used Docker in production? A little less hands, okay. Yeah, might be the reason because locally you can just do Docker run and it works. And you do a second Docker run and you get your database, and you get to another Docker run and you get your third microservice. So, but what does that mean for production? We call that the learning cliff. You have to take care of so many other things which are not obvious when you just run it on your local laptop, including networks, including connectivity to other stuff, security, code quality, versioning, all that things that are from the first look not obvious. For sure, you can take some tools that are around there, like a Docker Swarm, Kubernetes, whatever, that provides some stuff of that, but you can also use Cloud Foundry. So let's take a look how this looks like. So this means you can either use the industry standard for platform as a service, which is Cloud Foundry, or you can build something by yourself. This means you take a Mesos that handles all the infrastructure stuff, you put the Kubernetes on top, and then you can put whatever microservice you want on there. But then, if Kubernetes ships an update, or if Docker needs a security fix, then you need to take care that all these individual components are updated and maintained and operate properly. And this is what Cloudry gives you right away. It takes standard components. When we look under the hood, it also needs a scheduler. It has Diego. It also needs to interact with the infrastructure. For that, it has Bosch. And for example, for load balancing, it uses the Go router. So it also needs all these components, but it takes care for you of mapping them together, have a proper versioning so that you can ship proper releases of your platform. That you just know all these components in this particular version are working with each other. And there are also a lot of companies which have a strong commitment in Cloud Foundry. So the Cloud Foundry Foundation has about 50 members. And when we just look at the platinum names, EMC, HP, IBM, Intel, Pivotal, SAP, and VMware, then we see there are very, very big brands behind this foundation and helping this product to grow. And they also all use this product, Cloud Foundry, for making their business better. And now coming to the Swisscom Application Cloud, what do we give you with the Swisscom Application Cloud? So we also again compare it to the self-built stuff. You can every time build it stuff by yourself. So with the Swisscom Application Cloud, we have Cloud Foundry as the core. And since late 2015, we are already also certified Cloud Foundry provider. So we were one of the first Cloud Foundry certified provider. And on top of that, you get some services like MariaDB, MongoDB, Redis, which we manage for you. You can just provision them with a one-click. I will show you that afterwards in the demo. You can also put that service on your self-built solution. No worries about that. But then you have, for example, an ops team which just knew Oracle and Red Hat before, and now you have to tell them, hey, you now have to operate MongoDB, which can be kind of tricky. And on top of all that, we give you a portal, which you will also see in the demo, where you can administrate and maintain all your applications over that. So to recap, we give you high availability at a trustworthy host. We give you a reduced lock-in as we use an open source standard product. You have a reduced time to market, and your development team can really focus on what matters, and this is your application, your innovative application, and you can scale your application. If you first start with just a bunch of users, want to go to millions of users, we provide you a platform to do that. So coming back to the main driver and benefit, you can build, deploy, and run the application in the cloud, while we are taking care of operating your middleware and your services. Let's have a look at this. How does this look in reality? Unfortunately, the network here is very bad, and I had to prepare the video right away how it looks like. So we have on the left side the developer portal, where we on the right side have a sample application. You see the link samplelucas.scept.io, where the application runs. In the sample application, we just see the environment variables and some request here. What we are now going to do is we will update this application, and we will update this application with a zero downtime deployment. That means I have it locally open the repo. I will open the editor. I hope you can read it. And then we will add some text there. Hey, we have pushed it from Zurich. We will check that with Git. So we right away see, okay, there is one difference, some small text adjustment. We add that to our repo, and we commit it, as well as push it. So you see, it goes up to GitHub, and this right away triggers on our continuous integration server, which is Jenkins, a new build that has now already started. Where you can see it targets my space. It will create a new application, sample application new, with all the new content. So if we now check the portal again, we see there is a second application, which is in starting mode. So it uploads all the bits and bytes, and now it starts staging the application, which means it downloads all the dependencies, installs all the gems. While when we refresh here on the right side, we see the application is still running, no interaction there. So the users that are currently on the page will see no difference yet. Now we see the new application has started successfully, which means it would be available under sample lucas new.scapdi. And now what we'll do is we will remap the routes. So we will unmap the route from the old application and map it to the new application. And we see when we refresh, our text is there without any downtime. Every request was all the time served. And now we have the old application still here when we refresh. Renamed to sample lucas old. So if there now would be something wrong, so maybe have a code in our error or so, we could remap the route and we would be again the old application instead of the new application. We don't do that here. We will now delete the old application as we just need the new text on there. And now we'll cover a little bit the services here. Services in terms of the Swisscom Application Cloud are databases, message queues, so all that stuff that provides state for your application. Currently, this is our offering. We will take a MariaDB, create a small plan there. Clicking on create will now directly create the database for us. And now we see the service up there. And we can bind this service to our application, which means it will add the environment variables to the application. So when we now restart the application, we see on WeCup services all the environment variables for this specific service, which was one of the main interaction with the 12-factor manifest, that you get your credentials via environment variables. And now we do a scale out via the second instance of our app, just by clicking on plus. And now we see we have two instances, started a few seconds ago. And when we refresh on the right side, we see that we always come to different instances, as the load balancer just will do round robin. That's it. Okay, let's cover our offering. We have on one side the public offering, which is that what we have seen in the demo, developer.swisscom.com. You can go there, register, swipe your credit card, and start pushing. This means you're on a shared cloud foundry, you're in a shared path. Also, your services are shared, some of them at least. You have the self-service portal. And on the other side, we have our virtual private product since beginning this year, which helps especially enterprises who have the need for their own platform as a service, where we provide them with a white label portal where they just can put their logo in there and let it look like it's their cloud foundry, it's their PaaS, also integrated with, for example, their IDPs, so their Active Directory, or their LAN, so VPN interconnectivities, as well as special support agreements, which means 24/7 and special SLAs. To cover two of these enterprise customer cases that we now already have productive, one of our proud customers is Dormakaba. We already onboarded them in fall 2014. They could, after some weeks, have a prototype running on the public cloud. Then we aligned our roadmaps a bit, and now they have their own virtual private and can start pushing with their new business case, which is totally based on cloud-native applications. What's next? The journey is way not over. We have a lot of things to do ahead. So I have here 8 things that we're currently working on. On one side, it's customer SSL, that you as a user upload your own certificates, that you can do backup and restore via the portal. We work on a MongoDB HA service. We work on Docker support, Redis HA service, RabbitMQ HA service, Git as a service, so that you can easily integrate with your Git repositories, and as well as Jenkins as a service, so that you can build a proper CI pipeline. That was mainly it. Are there any questions? Yeah, if not, I'm happy to see you at our booth, answer your questions there, also get your use case there. We have promotions today. We have some pillars to give away if you tweet about us. We have some power banks if you onboard. So we are happy to help you out there and to welcome you at our booth. Thank you very much.